Hi guys, it's Wonder Source Moon What Ifs back from the video. And we were doing part 5 of What If Naruto had was OP but betrayed. So please leave that a comment. I am still waiting for uh more comments. Because you guys can still comment. I only gave Naruto 4 abilities. And I'm going to say them now. Absorption. Absorption, telekinesis, uh mind control, and stop time. And stop time and mind control are from a guy called Sage God. Shout out to him because he gave me the idea. And I mean, yeah. So let's get right into the video. So we left off on where Ibiki, the written exam proctor, said go. And basically, as soon as people said go, me, Sasuke, well, I'm gonna call myself Naruto. I'm kind of talking from like a first person basis, trying it out. Just gonna try it out. Trying from a first person basis. Me, Sasuke, and Ino. I noticed that Ino used um uh mind transfer jutsu and kind of controlled the mind of one of the smartest guys there, and took the answers from him. Mind transfer jutsu to each one of us because we had the shotgun gun. We copied down the answers and we're done. Now I noticed Tamari next to me, and I kind of said hi using Ino's mind transfer jutsu. And yes, Naruto does know mind transfer jutsu for the fact that he can put God crafting seal on anyone, and he would basically get any specialized jutsu they use. So yeah, and basically Naruto would kind of start to flirt with Tamari, and Tamari would start blushing, and Naruto could kind of go into the mindscape, and Naruto would literally, Tamari and Naruto would act normal, and they'd be in the mindscape. Now, Naruto hid Hagoromo, Hamura, Indra, Ashira, and Kurama. Made kind of like his own pocket dimension. And Hagoromo kind of taught this to Naruto. And this was a pocket dimension where he could do whatever he wanted. He could train, he could study, in fact. And notice, studying in there means, well, in there isn't much time, let's say. Naruto could spend all his time in there, and it only would pass. He could spend the amount of time of his life inside of there, and it would only pass like 1/3 of his whole entire life. He could spend all his time there as a kid, and he'd be around a. If he was a toddler and spent all his time there, he'd be around a 5-year-old, 7-year-old kid. Sorry, I just had to drink. My throat was getting dry. Now, Naruto would kind of get Tamari, and Tamari did have a crush on Naruto. Just that Tamari noticed how um how Haku, Ino, um Haku, Ino, Hinata, and almost Sakura were all chasing after Naruto, and felt that she wouldn't be able to have any competition against them. So she kind of confesses her feelings, and Naruto and Tamari kind of start flirting, and Naruto says, well, let's talk after. And Naruto just made a whole entire kind of date thingy in his mind. And Tamari is kind of like, it's a test and we're doing this. And Naruto kind of saw the irony in what he was doing as well. And he's kind of like, well, before they ended it, Tamari kind of gave Naruto a kiss on the cheek and says, see you later. And kind of blushing, and then they exit the Mindscape, and Tamari kind of looks to Naruto and she's kind of blushing, and kind of says like, "What's going on, Tamari?" And um, they finish, and well, the proctor stuff finished, and then Naruto doesn't give the speech that makes most people stay. So the number of people still taking the exam after what Ibiki said were less. And basically Ibiki, um Ibiki passes them, and then they move on to the next exam, which is um the Forest of Death exam. And Anko is kind of looking in Naruto like, so this is who no, bro, I continue saying Hashirama, or it just Hashirama continues coming to my mind. Hiruzen tells them to look out for Naruto because Naruto is really strong, and Anko kind of tries to test this, and she kind of throws a kunai at Naruto, and Naruto kind of catches the kunai, and seconds later he's at it. I heard those with the shining on like, this is yours. I'd like to give it back to you, and takes Uncle's hand and puts it into his hand, and then Uncle kind of says, "Well, you're bred, aren't you?" Kind of looking at Naruto like, "You'll be an interesting subject." Kind of like to see what you do, and Uncle says, "Well then, go!" And Naruto puts Hashi as he has put the flying Rajin seal on them. He kind of flying Rajins far away, and whenever he sees somebody, he just flying Rajins, knocks them out, and takes a scroll. And none of them are able to react to this. And Naruto goes for a leak, and he hears a big crash. And he kind of goes towards the crash and sees a giant snake, and the giant snake is trying to catch Naruto. And Naruto kind of kicks it. Well, no, he kind of does this what Minato did to Obito. The snake was coming at him, ready to gobble him up, and Naruto flying Rajins up and says, "Jubi Rasengan!" And remember, Jubi Rasengan is kind of like a beast bomb with Chidori, well, beast bomb with Rasengan, kind of like a lower evolution of um Chidori Rasengan, Chidori bomb, or I need names for these dudes. I need one of you guys to tell me a name or give me a name for that attack, because I really need it. So basically, then comes out Orochimaru and says, "So you're the ultimate prodigy of the leaf. They call you sometimes a god, but most of you think as a demon." And then Orochimaru starts to go into a taijutsu battle with Naruto. And you see, blah, blah, Orochimaru can tell that Naruto taijutsu skills are kind of like Might Lee. And he's like, "So, Might Guy, so you've been trained by that Might Guy dude. Well then, let's see how powerful you actually are." And she, right? Yeah, because she was a she in the Forest of Death. And basically she ties up Naruto and she puts the curse mark on Naruto. But this is a clone. He's like, damn. And when the clone kind of disappears, the pain receptors, or the pain that the clone felt, kind of comes to Naruto and says, "Damn, that must hurt." And Naruto thinks of Sasuke and says, "This could help Sasuke." He's like, Orochimaru. Naruto says, and it's like, "Yes, Naruto." And he says, "Give the curse mark to my brother," because he considers Sasuke his brother. And he's like, "Why? I want you." And Naruto says, "Well, you're not gonna be able to get me. So, if you still want the Sharingan, man, take Sasuke." And Naruto knows that Sasuke will not die. And yes, just so you guys know, um, uh, it, Kakashi did teach the Chidori to Sasuke. So Sasuke knows the Chidori, and so Orochimaru kind of leaves Naruto, but he says, "Take this," and Naruto kind of sees a map leading to a specific kind of cabin, and Naruto kind of heads over to that. Well, he gets the Heaven Scrolls and Flying Guardian's there faster than like a few 30 minutes later. Um, uh, uh what the name is? Wait, let me pause. My family's coming inside the room. I was wrong. That was somebody else. But just to continue. Um, Naruto. Kind of like um goes over to Sasuke and he kind of ties Sasuke up behind him and kind of like, when someone's trying to bully someone and he has like lackeys, they kind of hold him so he cannot move, and then the other person starts punching him, and that's kind of what Naruto does, but instead of that, he gets bit in the neck. And then a little bit after come the Sound Four, and they're trying to kidnap Sasuke. But Naruto's like, "Don't you dare." Uses Flying Rajin, and he kind of gives them a whole entire Julie Rasengan to each one of their stomachs. Naruto gets caught in the web, but Naruto says, "Substitution," and kind of substitutes out of there. And uh, he kind of knocked out yeah, three of the Sound Four. Only the spider guys left. And Naruto says, um, uh, telekinesis. And he activates his Renegan. No one's around, so then he says, mind mind control. Well, no, he doesn't say mind control. He activates his Renegan to see what he can do with it. And he kind of starts trying to attack with it. And sees it gives him a high melee boost, speed boost, and yeah, speed boost and stamina boost. And now it's just increasingly faster. So in this Taijutsu battle, he activates the uh second form. Yeah, second form curse mark, and Naruto kind of sees the fact that he activates the first gate, and yes, he activates the first gate, and he kicks him, and he gets thrown, bodied, killed, almost, and they're knocked out, and Naruto kind of looks at the curse marks and takes them all. He says, "Absorption, absorption, absorption," and he puts his own curse mark on them. Well, no, not curse mark, uh, more like just a seal, and this seal would basically give them the exact same thing they used to have just that they didn't have to stay with them, with Orochimaru, and this curse mark wouldn't make him be able to control you. So basically, they're able to leave Orochimaru and not stay with him. So the Sound Four leave their own ways and live happily ever after. All of them say thank you to Naruto. They always wanted to be free of Orochimaru, but they seemed that they couldn't ever find a way to say goodbye. Then Kabuto kinda comes up to them and kills them, saying, "You dare betray Orochimaru." Well, no, he doesn't kill them. Naruto's able to stop him, and he's like, "Who are you? Let me take a drink." My voice is getting a little, my throat's getting a little dry. Sorry. So basically, Naruto kind of fends off Kabuto and heads over, and then, well, no, well, yeah, and then Kabuto kind of does like a little transformation jutsu and kind of transforms to another person he beat and kind of hid away, and he's like, do you know where, if he's here? He's like, who's here? He's like, that guy with the glasses, the ponytails. And he's like, no, I just kind of fended him. I was like, oh, thank you. He's like, Naruto's like, what happened? And he's like, he tried to kill me. And Naruto's like, damn you bastard. And Kabuto in his mind is like, I'm getting him wrong. But Naruto uh, wanted to leave this for later. But actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm leaving it for later. I'm not gonna give him this now. I'm gonna give it to him later on. Basaka Naruto kind of goes over to him and kind of pats him down, checking if he had anything that would have made him attack him. And then Ino and Sasuke catch up, and Sasuke is knocked out because Naruto had to knock him out, unless he wanted his curse mark to go wild. And they were, yeah, they were doing all of this, and then they head to the tower. Then they see that a little like seconds after, Gara and his team came in. I think I might have said that, but I just rewrote it because I wanted to. Sorry, another drink. Now, Naruto um heads over to well, yeah, he's already in the tower. So the people who come in are basically everyone from canon, and yeah. So then we head to the preliminaries, and basically the first fight. Every single fight goes exactly like canon. The Sasuke fight, yeah, every single fight except the Shikamaru. No, not Shikamaru. Kiba versus Naruto. Naruto did not want to use Flying Rajin in front of anyone from his class, so he says, "Time to do this," and says, no, not multi Shadow Jutsu." And Naruto, no, yeah, Naruto kind of goes over to Kiba and says, not body flickers. He kind of is moving a little fast. He's in a Taijutsu battle with Kiba, and or Akumaru already used his transformation jutsu and already transformed into Kiba, and he's in a Taijutsu battle with his own, and they kind of get outmaneuvered and get thrown, and they kind of say, "Fang over Fang," and they start kind of scrapping at Naruto, kind of like slowly beating Naruto. And Naruto says, "Enough, Rasengan!" And then he says, "Time to do this." And Naruto kind of says, "Giant Rasengan." He makes like a giant Rasengan, but then he kind of compresses it down to a small Rasengan, like a small little marble, and he throws it. And Naruto says, "Telekinesis," and kind of hides away his Rinnegan, and puts kind of like it was a Sharingan, and no one could notice it was a Rinnegan uh, except Orochimaru in the distance. And Kabuto did surrender, like normal. Kabuto and Orochimaru could tell. Then Naruto had some strange chakra. And then Orochimaru has a flashback to pain. And he's like, does he have the Rinnegan? No, impossible. How could a kid like him have a Rinnegan? He is pretty strong for a kid. Sorry, I took a drink. Um, so, um, Naruto wins his battle easily, and every single battle, until the last day, until the last ones, and basically they all finish up, and then the ones who are left are left. Naruto versus Neji, Shikamaru versus Tamari. No, not Shikamaru versus Tamari. Shikamaru versus. I think it was. Wait, let me actually search that up because I don't remember the exact fights. Let me just. Yeah, it was Shikamaru versus Tamari. So basically, the first match. The first match happens right after because I don't want to have any time left off, and the first match happens, and just notice, guys. This just like because of an upcoming event that I want to personally have Naruto, and just so you guys know, when I say I'm making Naruto OP, I am making Naruto overpowered. I'm making Naruto overpowered, and I'm making Naruto overpowered, and I'm gonna continue saying this until like you actually understand what over. Well, I think most of you understand what I mean by making Naruto overpowered. What I mean by that is that I'm going to make Naruto a god. Yes, I'm making Naruto a god. Well, no, I'm not making, like, not literally. I mean figuratively. Like, he's gonna be as powerful as a god. I want him to be really powerful. And I just wanted to test out what would happen. And this slight event, take it kind of like filler, but it does affect the story. Okay? Well, no, don't take it as filler. Take it as the actual story. Okay? So, first battle. Naruto versus Neji. And Naruto comes into the arena, and Neji's already standing there and says, "So, you've actually come, Naruto Uzumaki." And, well, Naruto was still late because he's still his clumsy self. He's kind of calmed down since the whole I want to train until I am the best. And, basically, Neji starts his rambling about fate and starts rambling also about how he is destined to beat Naruto, and that Naruto cannot win. Naruto will never beat Neji, and Neji is increasingly mad at Naruto because one, he can visibly see that Lady Hinata is chasing after Naruto. Two, he can see or will not accept the fact that Naruto might be stronger than Neji. And three, he will not and will absolutely not ever let him disgrace the um the uh Hyuga name under any circumstance. And he is really mad. And then they say start, and Orochimaru was at the edge of his seat because he saw what Naruto could do against Kiba, and he's like, "So Naruto, let's see what you can actually do." And all the elders are there like, "Look at this demon brat. He killed the third Hokage, and he dares show off our top students. You have to get him expelled or do something about this Hyuga. And they're rooting for the Hyuga. And he can tell because most of the people there are kind of, um, well, most of the villagers there are, what is his name? Rooting for Neji, and Neji is kind of getting like fired up. He's getting falsely. Wait, let me pause. Let me pause. Let me pause. Sorry, my dudes. If you guys see a cut, it's because my mom called me, and she was doing like a face call, and it showed her face, her number, and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that out just to not uh sell my mom out with her own face and everything on YouTube. So yeah, there's just gonna be a slight cut. So basically, Neji says 64 palms and stuff, and he goes in 32 trigrams, and goes right after Naruto says, and Naruto's kind of slaps Neji, and everyone sees that, and everyone's like, "How dare you, you demon!" And everyone starts building up that hate for Naruto. And Naruto's rage, his bloodlust coming all out in 1 second. And Huro was like, calm down, Naruto. Don't lose yourself. And Jiraiya is there. And Jiraiya's like, Naruto, calm down. Because even though Naruto tried to hold back his bloodlust and everything, Jiraiya could tell how much bloodlust Naruto had. And Gaara's kind of like, yes, you're just like me. Those eyes, I knew it. Everyone hates you like me. Everyone hates you like me. And he kind of like, I want to fight you, Naruto Uzumaki. No, not Naruto Uchiha. I want to fight you. And like Naruto starts going, hell. And then she's like, I give. No, no, actually, no. No, he doesn't say I give. He says rotation, and this kind of blasts Naruto away. But Naruto kind of contradicts the flow of the rotation with the Rasengan, and the Rasengan overtook the rotation, and everyone saw that he had the fourth technique, and he's like, "How dare you! You took your own father's technique after killing him!" And the Namikaze clan does know that Naruto would never kill his father because Naruto was a nice boy, and they knew that Naruto would never do something like that. That's why they haven't turned back on Naruto yet. And the Uzumaki, the only one left Uzumaki, has slowly been rebuilding the Uzumaki and currently have like 50 people. And they're building back the world pools, villages, and the Uzumaki are skeptical, but they're not gonna turn their back on Naruto. The head of the Uzumaki is his cousin, not Sasuke's, but cousin in Uzumaki blood, and he's the Naruto's the Namikaze head, and Naruto's like, and he calms down, and Naruto says, Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he kind of and he says, time to use it. And Naruto says, first gate, gate of opening. And I think that's what it's called. And oh wait, no, that was the wrong one. Sorry, I kind of flipped um images. And Naruto's like, time to die. And News says, um, and Naruto, well yeah, Neji closes off Naruto's um uh chakra network chakra points, and Naruto does this deliberately to show them that he does not need chakra to beat their ace in the hole, which is Hyuga, and Naruto does taijutsu and says, "Leave Hurricane!" And he uses his Leaf Hurricane and this blasts him away. But he kind of punches him, but he taps him on the neck. And this he puts the seal on him. And Naruto says, "Byakugan!" And yes, this is a Graph Crafton seal. And he just got the Byakugan Dojutsu. And he's like, rotation! But he kind of makes like a different rotation. He makes this rotation kind of like a shuriken. And the shuriken is kind of like all around him with spikes. Kind of like a Susanoo. Kind of. And Naruto says, um, infinite rotation! Armor. And basically now Naruto has like an armor of rotation. And he kind of punches Neji straight in the stomach, and this knocks Neji out. Just that when they check it, it's kind of like if he got hit by a mini Rasengan in the stomach. And Naruto's kind of like, this is cool. And he's like, rotation with Rasengan kind of increases the output by like 5. And now his Rasengan is way stronger than it used to be. And Naruto said, and then they pronounce Naruto the winner. And everyone is surprised at the showing of Naruto literally bodying a Hyuga. And the Hyuga clan head, or the two that were there, are kind of like, how dare you? You defeat a Hyuga like that? And, Naruto, sorry if I farted. You guys probably heard that, didn't you? I am a man of my word. I am not, um, afraid to show my weaknesses to men. If I farted, then I do it proudly. And I say that on my name. And, yeah. No, that's what I say. Not Naruto. But then Naruto wins. And then we move on to the next fight. Tamari versus Shikamaru. Everything goes according to canon. Except when, Orochimaru kind of interrupts the fight. Orochimaru does not interrupt the fight because he knew that if he did, Naruto would body Orochimaru. And Naruto kinda is he's kinda like in the sidelines sharpening his sword. And Shikamaru kinda walks in before his fight. Wait, let me pause because I need to kinda use the bathroom and I don't want you guys to see that. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So basically Naruto kinda steps over to Neji and says, Shikamaru, give me a second. Let me talk to you, Neji, outside in private. And Neji says, okay. But if it's Neji, come with me. And Naruto says, kind of goes over to touch his head, and Neji is in a protective stance. Naruto kind of touches Neji's head and says, release. Sorry, I thought I heard something. And basically, Naruto releases the Birchgate seal and kind of puts like a similar Birchgate seal on Neji, just that he's the only one who can control Neji, not the Hyuga, and says, now Neji, I give you your freedom. But just know, destiny is not a factor of life. Destiny is what you make it to be. And Neji takes these words to heart and says, don't tell anyone, but you're Byakugan. And Naruto puts his hands over Neji's Byakugan and says, God crafting seal, enhancement, and enhances Neji's Byakugan. And basically, he just gave new factors to Neji because he feels kind of sad for Neji because the fact that he's been controlled his whole entire life because he knows the Birchgate seal because of the information from the Namikaze. And Naruto says, and let me just explain to you the new abilities for Neji. Neji has now, he can use Genjutsu more easier, kind of like the Sharingan. and he can slowly enhance his Byakugan. So his Byakugan kind of like he can go it to stages. So Byakugan mode 1, mode 2, and mode 3. These mode 3 basically makes it that the added effects of having the Byakugan are higher. For example, if it increases your stamina, strength, and speed, mode 1, then in mode 2 it would do that in the bigger stages, and mode 3 would do that in bigger stages. It's kind of like the Sharingan, but not as powerful. And Naruto kind of says, nah. He puts his hands over his eyes and says, God crafting seals, and touches his eyes and says, mixture, fusion. And he kind of mixes the Sharingan with Byakugan. And basically, the Sharingan and Byakugan uh, kind of looks like his eyes are a white, like a whitish all on the outside, kind of like his pupil. Like in the center is white, and the rest of the pupil is red. So yeah, and it's kind of like a so. Sorry, I thought I heard something. It has all the added effects that a normal Byakugan and Sharingan would have. For example, now he has 360 Veggie whenever have the Shadabi Shadabiyakugan? Sharinbyaku. Sharinbyaku? Sharingan Byakugan. I'm just gonna call it that. Uh, SAB. I'm gonna call it SAB because Sharingan S and A and B Byakugan. So Sha A B. So uh SAB. SAB. I'm just gonna call it SAB. So basically, he has 360 vision. He can see chakra points and everything that the normal Byakugan could do. He has it with the Sharingan, so he doesn't have to switch between the two. And Naruto kind of does the exact same for his Rinnegan, and basically, then he has the same patterns as the Rinnegan, with the outer also thingies like the kind of like a Tomoe Rinnegan, like almost like the Shari Rinnegan. So yeah, so he has one eye the Rinnegan and the other the what I said, and well no actually no it's all mixed. So the rest of the pupils outside are kind of the same thing as the Byakugan. Just that you know how you have the pupil and then you have the white. Yeah, the white is gonna be purple with lines, circle lines, and yeah, basically that's it. And basically Naruto would kind of be like, so if I can take Dojutsu, I could take it again, guy. And Naruto kind of goes like Haku and kind of hugs Haku, and Haku kind of like punches Naruto in the stomach and says, "It's your fault. I'll never forgive you again." And she kind of caresses. Well, he kind of caresses Haku's cheek, and she kind of looks at Haku kind of looks at Naruto, all looking all vulnerable, like, and Naruto. He wanted to be the big bad wolf and wanted to gobble her up, but he was in a test, so he just um kind of caressed Haku's cheek and put the seal and says, God crafting seal activation. And now he has the Ice Kai. Yes, he teased Haku and got her Kai at the exact same time. So yeah. And basically the fights go exactly the same. Shikamaru versus Tamari. I think Shikamaru won. Whoever won between that fight wins. And basically, the exact same thing happens. Uh, uh, the sand go on a rampage. So, God goes off on a rampage and says, Naruto, fight me. And he says, I have no interest in this puny Uchiha. Sasuke takes kind of offense to this, uses the Chidori, and puts Gaara to his ultimate and into his true mode. And everything goes exactly the same. So, um, Naruto's able to Rasengan and Gaara, and he kind of puts the seal on Gaara where he seals his Jubi's chakra, and this takes all the emotions of sorrow and everything from him. And basically, before he's able to do this, the Jubi breaks out of the seal before it was even done or put on him, and he goes into his big form, Big One Tails, and he's like, "You tried to seal me, but you won't be able to." And Naruto says, "Sealing," and no, he says, "Summoning, Kamapunta," and he summons Gamabunta, and Gamabunta kind of starts fighting with him, and Gamabunta realizes the whole entire plan again, so they do exactly the same thing as canon, and they win as normal in canon, and basically Naruto puts a seal on uh on um on Garo. I continue forgetting the name. Sorry, guys. And this seals the One Tails, and kinda is more of the percentage seal when he could use the One Tails chakra and can also control it, so it isn't gonna go off in rampages. And he puts on the percentage seal where it kind of tests the percentage of what they can use it for, and that's it. And basically, yes. So Naruto did pass the tuning exams because he did win his fight, and he basically, because of the whole entire incident, the only part was that Gaara kind of got escaped, and basically they continued. So it was basically Shikamaru versus each other, and Shikamaru kind of forfeits because he thinks that Naruto is going to be a great Chunin, and these preliminaries were just to test who were the best, to call it like the Chunin rookies, and this is a fight between Sasuke and Naruto. And Naruto, first and foremost, kinda has a chat with Sasuke. And Sasuke says, Naruto, even though you're my cousin, I hate you. I love you, but I hate you. As a cousin, I used to look up to you. Your power is amazing, but you always seem to show me up. And I cannot handle it. I will grow so powerful that you won't be able to stop me. No one will. And when that happens, I will show you that I was the best. You were never anything to me. Indra kinda relates to Sasuke, but Indra's kind of like, but that was a wrong way. And Indra starts remembering everything that happened to him after taking this path, and then he says, but then Asha remembers the path that Naruto took, and Naruto is taking the path of good and bad. He's taking the powers from the bad and taking the powers from the good, basically being like a deciding factor to any battle. And that is Naruto, deciding factor to any battle that happens. And basically, Naruto and Sasuke fight. Naruto speed blitzes Sasuke, knocks him out, and says, "Night, night, brother." And there. And there's where I'm gonna end it off, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. Remember, give me more ideas for the uh, the Renegan. I am begging you guys from the bottom of my heart, Lord. And yeah, so Love you guys. Hope you guys have a nice day. And see you later, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, see you later. Bye, guys.